Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. Today, I will be doing my Critics' Choice Awards winners predictions. This has nothing to do with the pretty surprising Golden Globe winners that we had last night at the time of recording this. Uh, the show will be on the 12th next Sunday. I can't wait. And then pretty soon, the BAFTA Award nominations will be unveiled, so I will do a prediction video for those as well prior to those, I believe, on the 14th of this month. So it's a busy week for award season crap. Let's get into it. Best Picture at the Critics' Choice Awards. Your nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, Wicked, Dune Part 2, Conclave, The Substance, A Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, Sing Sing, and Nickel Boys. I think the critics, if it follows suit with what the critics are actually voting for, not just trying to guess the Oscars, which could be kind of a little bit of the same here, I think they will be going for Anora as the winner there. The Brutalist would not surprise me, it being a high front runner for like director and actor and other categories like that. But Anora, for the critics, makes sense. It won Dick at the Golden Globes. Couldn't even get a Mikey Madison the win, or even screenplay, but the combined screenplay category there probably hurt its chances more so than normal. But I think here it'll do well, or at least better. So my pick for Best Picture is Anora. Director, on the other hand, the nominees are Brutalist, Anora, Dune 2, Conclave, The Substance, and Nickel Boys. I think very easily the Brutalist for Brady Corbet will win there. It won at the Globes. It seems like an easy Oscar winner, BAFTA winner, possibly DGA winner, given the size and scope of the film. It's a very Best Directory winning film. I can't wait until it's actually playing in a theater and I can go see it, hopefully, despite its length. I'm excited to go sit in the theater for damn near 4 hours for a movie like this. I just got to find a babysitter. I don't think my 7-year-old would want to sit through The Brutalist. Ensemble. The nominees are Sing Sing, Wicked, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Anora, and Saturday Night. I finally watched Saturday Night. I just bought it digitally because it was like $10. It was a good deal. And I watched it. I love Saturday Night Live. Grew up watching it as a kid. I really like Saturday Night. It was one of my favorite movies from last year that I've seen. I really hope it gets in at SAG. I don't think it will, but it's extremely deserving, I'd say more so than at least half of these other movies. If it could get in just for that, I would love it. I don't think it would win, but it's a very deserving ensemble for sure. But this is a hard one because it could kind of go to any of these. Anora could easily take it just based on the fact they love it. But this seems like a good Sing Sing win. I think Sing Sing could go home empty-handed. Other than this, it's a good way to honor Coleman, Domingo, and Clarence Macklin at the same time. Get something for the movie. Critics love this movie. It's another one that needs to play near me so I can finally go see the damn thing, or at least be rentable. That'd be nice. Wicked, I could see winning. Very good ensemble on that one too. Conclave, same goes for that. Amelia Perez, it's a very small ensemble. It's a good ensemble. The acting ensemble is one of the better things of the movie. It had a hell of a day at the Golden Globes. Won 4 awards, if I'm not mistaken, including Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy. That's another one where I could see it not winning any individual acting awards here, but it being given this almost instead of that. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say Sing Sing for this one. I don't know if that's a limb or not. I'm not checking what the common picks are. Best Actress. We have Mikey Madison for Anora, who sort of surprisingly lost at the Globes. Demi Moore for The Substance, who won at the Globes. That was amazing. Her speech was great. Marianne Jean-Baptiste for Hard Truth. Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked. And Angelina Jolie for Maria. I put all the way back at the bottom now because she couldn't even win at the Globes because nobody gives a shit about this movie. I think it's just getting nominated because people think it's going to be nominated, not because it deserves it. It's not longlisted at BAFTA. Fernanda Torres won at the Globes, who's not here, or at BAFTA, so it's a weird category. I think this will go to Mikey Madison along with the Best Picture win. I think it'll get a nice little package, but after yesterday and how much people love The Substance, I would not be surprised one bit if Demi Moore ended up winning at Critics' Choice and ended up sweeping. I think the Oscar could be hers now after yesterday. So I think it's between the two. And Demi Moore definitely has the better narrative, the overdue narrative. The movie subject matter is much more relatable to actors. And she's going to win makeup for the substance too. And we all know how makeup and acting love to go together most of the time. Brendan Fraser for The Whale. As soon as that won makeup, I was happy because I knew Brendan was winning, even though I wasn't predicting him. Sometimes I'll predict what I want to not win, just so I'm even happier when what I do want to win wins. But I think I'm going for Anora for this. If voting took place like a week from now, I would switch my pick to Demi Moore. Just saying that. Leading actor. We have Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Timothée Chalamet for Complete Unknown, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, Daniel Craig for Queer, and Hugh Grant for Heretic. Sebastian Stan won at the Globes for A Different Man. He is not here. Not that I think he would win anyways, but that was a cool surprise win over Hugh Grant, for that matter. So shows a little weakness in Hugh Grant's getting in at the Oscars, realistically, which is already a long shot. I think it's just going to easily be Brody. I think he'll win everywhere except maybe SAG could go to Timothée Chalamet. Coleman Domingo I have at number two, just because everyone loves Coleman Domingo, and the fact that everyone loves him that much is kind of why I'm picking it for the Ensemble Award. And Ray Fiennes has a chance, but I just think it says Brody's all the way. I think he could easily sweep, no problem. No, not much to say about that one. Supporting actress, we have Ariana Grande for Wicked, Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez, who won at the Globes last night, Daniel Deadwyler for The Piano Lesson, who is not going to get in at the Oscars and can't get in at BAFTA, sadly, Anjanou Ellis-Taylor, probably the same story, Margaret Qualley, I think will get in everywhere but not win anything. Same goes for Isabella Rossellini, I believe. Not a long enough screen time to win, but just enough to get in there. So this is between Ariana and Zoe. Zoe could easily win, like I said, just because she wanted the Globes. I think she probably will win at BAFTA, maybe the Oscar. Ariana is very popular, no pun intended. She'll probably win at SAG. That could go fit. That's like 50-50 for me at SAG for either of them. I thought the Globes would be the easiest win for her, but they loved Amelia Press so goddamn much that I still predicted Zoe, and I'm glad she won. I love Zoe Saldana. She was adorable. Her speech was cute. I've always liked her ever since I saw her in The Terminal, I think was the first thing I ever saw her in. But Ariana Grande, I think, could win here. The critics like Wicked more than they like Amelia Perez, and this is one easy award they could give it. It's not going to win Best Picture or anything like that. So I think this is the one above the line award. Wicked can win. I won't be surprised if she doesn't, though. Zoe could once again easily sweep this season, but that's kind of boring. You want something in there to throw a wrench into the race, right? Speaking of sweeping the season, so far, Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain has won everything he possibly can, pretty much, including the Globe. He's just too damn lovable. Guy Pearce for The Brutalist in second, Clarence Macklin in third for Sing Sing. Critics love that movie. Once again, Ensemble. Denzel Washington for Gladiator, Ira Borisov for Anora, and Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown. Only 5 of these can get in at the Oscars. I think Denzel might miss out. He is shortlisted or longlisted, whatever you want to call it, for BAFTA. This is probably going to be his first BAFTA nomination, which is just sad that Denzel Washington's only BAFTA nomination will be for fucking Gladiator 2. Hey, go BAFTAs. You aren't prejudiced at all, apparently. The progress, I guess, right? Anywho, this is between Kieran and Guy Pearce, and maybe Clarence Macklin. I'd say he has an underdog chance to win here, just because people do love that movie when they see it. I haven't, because I'm not a real critic, officially. Although I would love to. Send me screeners, please. People in charge of that who are watching, you're not, but please. I don't. I'll watch them on my laptop. I'm not picky. Uh, I think I'm going with Kieran Culkin until he loses. Like I said before, Guy Pearce could squeak in there at BAFTA, win that, and get the Oscar, especially if Brutalist wins Best Picture, which it has a very big chance of doing. But for now, I'm going with Kieran because who doesn't want to hear him talk more, right? Original screenplay. This is where it gets interesting because there is not a Golden Globes original screenplay category, as we were saying. Anora for Sean Baker is my number one. I predicted him to win at the Globes. I wasn't surprised Conclave won. That would have been my number two because that's going to win adapted. Spoiler alert, here and at the Globes, or at the Oscars and BAFTA and everywhere else it possibly can. The Brutalist I have in number two, basically out of necessity that it's probably going to win director and probably possibly picture. Real Pain I have in third. The Substance I honestly would probably move up to third, given how well that's been doing. Challengers at fifth. September 5 in last place because that didn't get shortlisted anywhere at BAFTA. Not that I would think they would go for that one, but it seems to have had its little spark of hope, and it seems to be dissipating. give or take an editing nomination or a screenplay nomination at the Oscars. I don't think it's going anywhere. But for original screenplay, I think this will be Anora's guaranteed win at the Oscars. If you can't even get that, I don't think it's winning anything, which is, I'm not in love with the movie, so I wouldn't mind. But it'd be too bad. I'd feel bad for Sean Baker because he's a cool director. Adapted screenplay, I already said. Conclave's winning this. Sing Sing, happy to be there. Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys. That's the only thing it got longlisted for at BAFTA was screenplay, so it seems safe there. I think it'll do better at the Oscars than at BAFTA. Same goes for Sing Sing. Amelia Perez in for screenplay, and then Wicked. So only 5 of these 6 can get in at the Oscars. One of these musicals is probably going to get bumped unless they just really say, fuck you, Dune 2, and don't even nominate it there, which I wouldn't be surprised by at this point. But Conclave, easy win. It's Conclave and the rest, like I said, for that category. Foreign language film, we have Amelia Perez, Flo, I'm Still Here, All We Imagine Is Light, Seed of the Sacred Fig, Kneecap, which did amazing at BAFTA. Got like in every long list damn near that it could. This is the one guaranteed Amelia Perez win, I think, despite the fact that critics don't love the movie. It's the one thing they could easily give it, and no one would complain that much about. I brought Flo up to number 2 because I thought I was looking at the animated feature category. But who knows? I love that it's there. So good for Flo. It looks adorable. That also won at the Globes over Wild Robot, semi-surprisingly. Animated film, Wild Robot, Flo, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, a Wallace and Gromit. This is going to be the Oscar 5, barring any shocking inclusion. I'm still going to go with Wild Robot for this show, although Flo is a solid number 2. Poop. But honestly, I'm like tempted to take it out, bump it up to number 1. I cannot believe that. I mean, I can't believe the Wild Robot lost. Flo has won like every Critics Award, so it makes sense that Flo would win this. But Wild Robot is very populist. Critics' Choice can be very populist. So I'm going to go with Wild Robot. If Flo wins this, I think that might just be our Oscar winner, honestly, after those two. But like I said, it doesn't have any crossover voters. But it's kind of the same thing that happened last year with Spider-Man and Boy and the Heron. Boy and the Heron just kind of kept showing up when everyone thought Spider-Man was the easy pick. And then Boy and the Heron took it in the end. Alright. I'm 4 years old, by the way. Best cinematography. Dune Part 2, The Brutalist, Nickel Boys, Nosferatu, which is amazing. Finally saw that last weekend. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. Conclave and Wicked. I'm going with Dune Part 2 for this. Critics love Dune. They're going to give it a handful of techs if they can. I think this is one of the ones they could easily give it. Wicked should not even be here. The other 5 are solid nominees. So I'm just going to, like I said, critics like Dune. It's popular. It's something they could give it that no one would argue about. I would actually love to see if like Nosferatu or something cool like that sneaks in and wins. Same goes for editing. I think Dune will get that as well. Challengers is a strong number 2, I think. Anora for Sean Baker at 3rd. I like that got in for editing. I thought the editing was great in that film. The Brutalist isn't shortlisted at BAFTA, or longlisted, whatever the hell they want to call it. Same difference. For editing, and I think it missed the ACE Award. I need to do a Guild award video to look at all the different below-the-line guilds that have announced nominees, because I haven't done that yet. I've glanced at them, but I haven't done a video. But that missed at ACE, so that might easily miss at the Oscars for editing, so I doubt it would win here. Then you have Conclave, which is a very solidly edited film, and September 5, which just keeps popping up in these editing categories every which way. And we'll see what happens there. But I think, yeah, Dune Part 2, at least at Critics' Choice, will take it. But critics love challengers, so I kind of want challengers to win this, personally, from what I have seen. But I think they'll go for Dune here. Production designs and costumes are damn near the same category. Wicked is going to win both of them. I'll just say that, I believe. Then we have Dune Part 2, The Brutalist, Conclave, Nosferatu, which is a great nomination, and Gladiator 2. I would love if Nosferatu won production design too, honestly. That would be a cool win. I don't think it would win costumes, but production design would be very deserving. I wouldn't be surprised if Dune won here. I don't think Gladiator has a chance, but I think it's just easily. This is like the 2 categories Wicked can and probably will win at the Oscars. On to costumes. Pretty much the only difference there is that we have Maria in here instead of The Brutalist. Maria didn't get longlisted for costumes at BAFTA. I don't think it's going to get in at the Oscars. I'm a hair's breadth away I'm one SAG snub away from taking Angelina Jolie out of my top 5 for the Oscars, but we'll do that when that happens. But Wicked for costumes, easily. could win, probably should win as well. Hair and makeup, we have The Substance, which is damn, it better win. That's all I'm saying. Dune Part 2, Wicked, Nosferatu, which would also be a fantastic win. Beetlejuice, and A Different Man. It's winning The Substance. It's one guaranteed win, I think, especially with critics. Visual effects, we have Dune Part 2, another guaranteed win for that one, I would say. And then a whole bunch of monkey movies. Gladiator 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Wicked, Better Man, and The Substance. The Substance cannot get in at the Oscars. The other five, I believe, are in the running, if I'm not mistaken. But this is an easy Dune win, in my opinion. Original score. I just moved Challengers up to number one a moment ago before doing this. It won at the Globes. That was a kind of a semi-surprising win. And if anyone likes Challenger's score, it's the Critics' Choice Awards, I think. So I put that at number one. Wouldn't be surprised if Brutalist won, which is what I did have in first. I have Dune in third, just because they love their Dune, and it's not eligible at the Oscars. Conclave, Wild Robot, and Amelia Perez at the bottom, because they don't like that movie that much, or at least as much as everybody else, it seems like. And I don't think that score would win anything. It's not memorable in the slightest, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, Challengers, kick-ass score, and everybody loves Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Song. I almost moved the Challenger song up to number one as well, but I left El Mal from Amelia Perez. Just won the Globe. That is the better song from that film. Most memorable, especially if Zoe Saldana kind of goes with it, which is what happened at the Globes. Mi Camino, I have in second by default, basically. Kiss the Sky, Compress, Repress. I was tempted to move into second or first place. Harper and Will Go West, and Beautiful That Way, not long listed or shortlisted or whatever the hell you want to call it, at the Oscars. BAFTA does not have a song category, which I always forget about. But I'm going with El Mal. It seems to be the easy pick of the season for song, and I believe the director of the film is a co-writer on that song. So Jacques Audiard can win an Oscar for the song, and they don't have to give him anything else, and everybody wins. So that's kind of what I hope for. And last but not least, we have the young actor-actress, Isaac Wang for Dee Dee, Elliot Hefferman for Blitz, Maisie Stella for My Old Ass, Alicia Weir as Abigail, or for Abigail, Zoe Ziegler from Janet Planet, and Alila, it's a weird name, Alila Brown for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, which got hosed at the Oscars and could maybe sneak in at the BAFTAs for a couple things, but not this category because it doesn't exist there. I'm going with Isaac Wang just due to the fact that Dee Dee, from what I've seen, is the highest regarded of these movies. So it's just a shot in the dark with this category usually, unless there's an obvious winner like the kid from Belfast or something like that. None of these are Best Picture nominees or anything like that to go off of. So I'm just going with Dee Dee. There's my Critics' Choice Awards winners predictions. I think I'll do slightly better on this than I did on the Golden Globes because they just went all over the damn place. But I was enjoying that, so I'm not complaining. And next, I will be doing my BAFTA award nominations predictions once I get rid of all the non-eligible folks from my previous list that I have been making up over time. So once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Talk, shop, pop, movies.